Buongiorno everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Noura and today I am going to share with you all my thoughts about most famous fragrances of Maison Kurkdijan. So today actually is a follow-up on a previous video where I shared my first impressions of these fragrances. I will leave them linked down below and you will find them in the eye up here. I had the chance to play with them. I think it's now 10 days and I tested all of them and I finally have my final thoughts about all the fragrances that I tried. I will talk about how they perform sillage and if I like them or not, if I'm going to buy them. So if you are interested, then keep on watching. So let me start this by saying that my general impression of the house is not exactly what I expected. So for the longest time I hear everybody talking about Kurkdijan and Baccarat Rouge and all these fragrances, and I was very disappointed. Maybe because it's so hyped up, so you have a very big expectations, and and when I smelled them I was so not impressed. Not that I don't like the fragrances or they are bad quality. Actually, the one thing I can say, you can smell the quality in all of them. Okay, let's start about the fragrances and then talk about my final thoughts. So my first one here is Petit Mata. Petit Mata is a fresh, zesty, citrusy fragrance, suitable, actually wonderful for summer, but it leans more masculine, and for being like a fresh and citrusy scent, it's a very good lasting fragrance. It doesn't project so much, but it does stay on your skin for a very good amount of time. Of course, this will depend on your skin, like pH of your skin, but on me it did stay for almost 6 hours, which I find for this kind of fragrances actually pretty impressive. And and not only was it like I had to go very close to my skin to smell it. No, it did. I did smell myself for quite some time. So Petit Mata is a nice fragrance. For me, more masculine. Is it like worth the price tag? Well, this is something that you have to decide for yourself, because for me, if I want to buy like a niche fragrance and want to pay that amount of money, I don't go for this kind of fragrances, and generally speaking. So for me, it's a very nice scent, but I'm not going to buy it. Next, I have Alaros. And Alaros I do like, and I stand by my description. It's it's airy. It's, as the name says, it's a rose fragrance, so it's a pretty dewy, airy rose. It's so beautiful, and I always, when I smell it, I find myself like transported in time, and I see a character from a Jane Austen's novel. So I like it a lot, actually. It's very delicate, very feminine, almost it's romantic and fragile. I don't know. It's very nice, but again, not a fragrance that I will buy giving the price. So this one has an average performance on my skin, and this is not a fragrance that will leave a scent trail behind. This is something that when you want to smell yourself, or with someone is really close to you, he would smell you, Yeah, again, for the price tag, it's not a fragrance that I would buy, although I do like it a lot actually. Next, let's go to Amyris Femme. This is quite unique, and I have to say that the whole house of like the whole and I almost all the fragrances of Francis Kurkdijan somehow transport me to my childhood, and I can't explain why. Although I'm testing like really different fragrances, something about the whole creation that just reminds me of my childhood. So Amyris, which is a note that I am not familiar with, so this is the first time I do smell Amyris, but somehow it's familiar for me. Yeah, again, something that I did smell in my childhood. As I said, again, this fragrance, I stand by what I said before. I would like to smell this like a more like a home scent. Like, it's not a fragrance that I would wear on myself. It's quite pleasant and nice, again airy. I find all, like almost all fragrances that I smelled have this airy, watery, also watery kind of consistency. I don't know how to explain it. And I can't say anything about performance-wise. Has a very good performance. Sillage is moderate, let's say. This is a quite unique fragrance, and yeah, it's nothing that I smelled before. So if you are for a unique kind of scent, this is for you. And it's pretty pleasant and nice, and you can't offend someone with this fragrance. It's quite nice. Next, let's go to Oud Satin Mood. Beast Mode. This fragrance has a performance and projection like you never seen before. It's quite potent, and I sprayed only once. And I could smell myself the whole day. It got a little bit got on my sweater. My sweater, until I washed it, had the scent in it. It's a really beast mode. If you like oud, definitely this is a one for you. It's again like combination rose oud, I think, combination. For me, I don't like it so much, just because I am not like a very like a oud lover, let's say. And I know a lot of women wear this fragrance. For me, it's more masculine. So again, not a fragrance that I would buy, but if you love oud, this is really good quality oud, and lasting power is there, everything. You will love this fragrance, and if you have the money, of course. Let's go to this one, Oud Silk Mood. So actually, I love this fragrance. So beautiful. I love it. The only thing that I don't like in this fragrance that I can't imagine myself wearing it. It's quite masculine, and I do wear sometimes like masculine fragrance. I can wear it, so I can pull it off, but I feel this is not me. So I don't know if you know what I mean. It just doesn't represent anything in me. Another thing about this fragrance, although it is a oud fragrance, has not a good performance, so it doesn't last long, at least on my skin. For a oud fragrance, I would expect it to stay at least 8 hours, and this lasted, I think, like 4 hours, something like that, and then it was gone on my skin. and which was really surprising for me because oud is quite a potent note in fragrances. What I like about this, it's again, it has rose, the rose combination, but it's quite unique because I get all the time, until the dry down, I get a citrusy oud, and it's so beautiful, so unique. I love it. But again, not for me, but I would love smelling this on a man. Definitely. So this was Oud Silk Mood. So 3 left. Let's start with Gentel Fluidity Gold. Another very hyped fragrance from Maison Kurkdijan, and again one that I don't like. Actually, I don't like it. It's not that, yeah, I don't like it. It's too I feel, when I smell this fragrance, I feel suffocated. It's not cloying, it's just I feel suffocated. I feel like I can't breathe. It's quite potent, so it's quite long lasting and has a nice sillage, not like Baccarat Rouge or Oud Satin Mood, but it has a good sillage. And I find Gentel Fluidity Gold and Amyris Femme are both like quite unique fragrances that you don't smell everywhere. It's really, I never smelled something similar. So again, this is a very unique fragrance. If you like vanilla, amber, woody, quite sweet fragrances, I will definitely, and you have the money, then definitely I recommend. Again, with Francis Kurkdijan, you have also have to keep in mind all of these fragrances are quite pricey. So next, I will go with Baccarat Rouge. The most hyped up fragrance, I think, in the whole world. And I don't like it. Oh, I know, I maybe I'm the only person who doesn't like this fragrance. I don't hate it, but I don't actually understand the hype behind it. So if you don't know, Baccarat Rouge 540 has like some people smell like the sweet part of it, and some smell like a hospital medicinal smell, and I get the sweet Baccarat Rouge. For me, Baccarat Rouge is cloying. I don't like it. It's not like La Vie Belle or so. It's quite a delicate sweetness. All like Francis Kurkdijan fragrances have this kind of, again, this airy, so it's quite airy, quite watery. Again, has something watery in it. It's not like sugar in your face, it's more like watered down sugar. I don't know. And unfortunately, I know when this came out, it was like a unique fragrance. Now it's not anymore, actually, because it's duped from all brands almost, and even you have like I think a Burberry hair, where even Baccarat, like Francis Kurkdijan himself did Burberry hair, and it's quite similar. That said, nothing that I smelled is actually a dupe for it, so it's quite unique in that. But I mean, the DNA, like the vibe, it's everywhere. For me now, this is not worth the hype, or not worth the money, let's say like that. It's not worth the money. So Baccarat Rouge 540. I will get a lot of hate for my opinion on Baccarat Rouge, I know. Anyway, Grand Soir. Let's get to the masterpiece, in my opinion. Grand Soir, something is just gorgeous. So if you watched my video, I shared that my father smelled like Grand Soir, and I stand by it. Every time I smell this fragrance, I actually smell my father, and I'm sure my father didn't have Grand Soir because this was before even Francis Kurkdijan had his own brand. I mean, maybe for someone who comes from a Middle Eastern culture, this may be not so unique. The only thing I can tell you, if I want to do like a comparison with the smell that I don't know what it was that my father used, and this one, you can smell quality. It's much more like smooth. It's not so sharp. Grand Soir for me is absolutely the best fragrance Francis Kurkdijan did from the one I smelled. Alongside Oud Silk Mood. Both of them I find are worth the money. The only thing that this is not long lasting. This is again a beast mode. This remains on your skin for as long as you want, especially on clothes. I mean, on clothes this remains forever actually. It's more suitable for a winter and like evening date. I mean, this is like a gala fragrance, like for a very, very special occasion. So yeah, that is Grand Soir. So final thoughts about Francis Kurkdijan. Quality is there, you can smell it. Most of them are very long lasting and have a nice sillage. Almost all of them have like this airy, watery DNA to it, which is, I think, the signature of Francis Kurkdijan. Unfortunately, the most hyped up, so Baccarat Rouge is not worth the money for me. If you have, if you want my opinion, it would be Oud Silk Mood, Oud Satin Mood, and Grand Soir, where you actually are worth your money. So these are my final thoughts. I hope I didn't offend anyone, and please, fragrances are subjective, so like everyone has his own taste and his own preferences. So if you love Francis Kurkdijan, please go ahead and buy every single fragrance if you want. But these are my personal experience and my personal thoughts about all the fragrances that I tested. I hope this video was helpful and I hope you liked it, and if you did, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. I have other videos where I shared my opinion about hyped up niche fragrances and my opinion about niche fragrances in general. I will leave them linked down below, and you will see them in the eye here up if you want to watch them. Yeah, definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you next time. Ciao!